I want to talk about the sense of touch. It's a very personal thing to me, because in the last 3.5 months of my father's life, he was here in home hospice, and I would sleep in the bed with him. And in the middle of the night, he wanted to hold hands. Just hold hands, not hug. Just hold hands. This was new to me. Why would a person only 2 months away from dying want to hold hands? Subsequently, I read that this is a common thing. The idea of making contact or touching. Well, when we look at it, the sense of touch is the highest sense. As you know, seeing comes from Chokhmah and the Atzilut world. Hearing comes from Bina and the Bria world. Smelling comes from Tiferet and the Yetzirot world. And tasting, in the mouth, comes from Malkuth and the Oseo world. Those are the 4 senses, theoretically, in the face, in the head. But where's the 5th? Where's the 5th sense? The 5th sense is in Keter and the Adam-Kadmon world, and represents the highest aspect of the soul, the Yehida aspect of the soul, and that's in the hands. The sense of touch is communicated through the hands. Very often when you walk down the street, you see a couple holding hands. Anyway, that's the beginning a few months ago of my consciousness of this. And then just the other day, I was at the piano. And I realized that looking at the keyboard slows down the hands. It's clumsy. Why does you have to look at the keyboard? And then I thought of the great pianists, the great jazz pianists, that were blind. George Shearing, an innovator in the field. Art Tatum, another innovator. And one of the reasons they could be this kind of innovators is because they couldn't see. See, their eyes were closed, and so they could only feel. They felt the music. They felt the keys. The eyes didn't get in the way. And once you memorize a piece, you play without looking anyway. So this supposed handicap of being blind is actually their advantage. It wasn't a disadvantage. It was an advantage. This concept of the hands. Man is an animal with hands. I didn't make that up. But the whole concept of touch as being the highest sense. I did a short video here about how you do the Shema, how you cover the eyes with your hand in doing the Shema. And so that's to help you hear, but you're supposed to lock out the sight for the Shema, to make sure it's the Shema to hear. But why wouldn't it be enough just to close the eyes? You put your hand over the eyes because there's a sense of touch. Okay? Touch is the highest sense. I was also reading about the whole idea of the highest sense in the body is the sexual union, which is the highest sense of touch, of feel, you see. And the body itself is this sense of touch, feeling the skin. The eye has like in sports, they say an eye-hand relationship. And it's very important to have the eye-hand relationship. But hand is also part of this. There's a brain in the hand itself. This brain from Keter and Adam Kadmon world and the Yehida, the hands represent this Yehida aspect of the soul, the spark of godliness within you, more so than anything else. You shake hands. You also masturbate. The whole idea of the touch, the sense of touch, is the highest level of the senses. And so, in a certain sense, the eyes get in the way because they are all-consuming. If you really want to feel, you close your eyes, like kissing. If you really want to sensate, you have to block out some of these other senses and get it into the physical domain, which is the body itself. And that's why we know that the body is even higher than the soul, because the body has this sense of touch, this sense of sense, the highest of the senses. The soul may be higher, or the sight may not be higher than the soul, or the hearing may not be higher than the soul, or the smelling, or the tasting, but the sense of touch is higher than the soul, and in a certain sense, it's a parallelism to the soul. This is what we're into here today. I'm just going to look over what I had here to I think I've said it all. In review, Adam Kadmon, the highest level, is the sense of touch. These hands go from the pockets to above the head. From the physical to the complete spiritual. The priest with the blessings of the hands. The hand that holds the shofar. The handshake. It's a great beauty in following this up. If you're a piano player, close your eyes while you play and let the hands take over. See? The hands have their own brain, their own world. Experiment in it and see what happens to you, and let me know.